in 1989, I became the first person in my family to attend college. But more importantly, in 1989, J. Crew opened up their first store. And when I stepped into this store in South Street Seaport, it was like my prayers had been answered, because I was totally freaked out. What is college going to look like, and what will I wear? So I was able to go off to school in my oversized striped rugby shirt, feeling really cool, until I got to the dining hall. And there, sitting at a long table, looking like a living, breathing tableau of the Last Supper as outfitted by J. Crew, was the entire men's crew team. I would develop a monstrously huge crush on this one scrawny crew guy, and his ears stuck out like this, but he had sleepy blue eyes that made him look either really sad or really stoned. He also had a beautiful blonde girlfriend, and she wore one of those braided rope bracelets, and I just didn't know where people bought those. So flash forward 2 years, and I still have my crush, but they've broken up. And I don't know how this happens, but he asked me out on a date, like an actual date in a restaurant. And we're there, and he's nice. Well, he's quiet. We have nothing to talk about, but still, I want him to like me. So after dinner, I suggest we go for a walk along the river. I think maybe if he's on his turf, well, not turf, he'll talk. And sure enough, we start walking and talking on this beautiful moonlit path. And all I do is I ask him, why did you guys break up? And he tells me the story. He says, one night we're at a party, and after the party, we come back to my place and we go to sleep, and I wake up in the middle of the night, and she had wet the bed. She peed all over me. And I couldn't even look at her after that. It was just so gross. Good Lord. So to me, bedwetting is many things. It's tragic, it's sad, it's unintentional. It's not gross. Okay, it's a little gross. But what I couldn't and what I wouldn't and couldn't tell anyone is that I had been a chronic bedwetter until a very late age. And this was the 70s and early 80s, and I was one of those latchkey kids of divorced parents, and it was something I had to deal with on my own. And I developed this two-pronged approach. I would try to just not sleep at night, and I would also just not drink water during the day. And I, would see my friends at the water fountain. No, that's not for me. And so I was a really tired, thirsty child. Good times. And I'm here though in college, and I'm sufficient way past bedwetting. And he tells me the story. My first thought is phew, that I am not that girl. And my second thought was, oh, I am that girl. And my third thought is, he's kind of a jerk. But I'm 19. I still want him to like me. So, we're still walking on this path, and at this point, we pass this chain link fence. And just beyond the fence, I see something I've never seen before. It's like this beautiful overhang overlooking the river. It's like a deck. And I morph into this manic pixie girl, because I see an opening in the fence, and I rush through it. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, come on. He's like, no, we can't go there. I'm like, no, come on. And I want to step out onto this deck, and I feel like it's like black tar, and it's sparkling in the moonlight. And I feel like if we could stand there and look at the river together, we'll make out, and everything will be great. So I go, and I step onto the deck, and I just fall straight down. And my first thought is, what the fuck? And my second thought is, this is not water. And I try to swim my way to the top, and it's really murky, and oh, it's bad. And I break through the surface, and he's just freaking out. And he's not helping me up even. And I climb out, and he's screaming something, but I can't hear him because there's this muck, and it's in my hair, and it's in my ears. And then I smell it just as soon as I hear him say, sewage. So this was not some beautiful overhang. This was actually a wastewater treatment facility that I had broken into. And I just before his very eyes, went and stepped into a giant pool of raw sewage. So as soon as I hear the word sewage, it gives me license to start puking. And then when I start puking, that makes me cry. And then the combination of puking and crying makes me wet my pants. Which really doesn't matter because I'm covered in sewage. And then I start laughing, and it occurs to me that maybe my subconscious guided me to this sewage in like a show of solidarity for like the beautiful crew girl who got dumped by a scrawny guy with ears that go like this because she had a drunken accident. And I drink a lot of water now. I am like one of those people who like buys the extra large Swell bottle and I carry it with me everywhere, and it's all good. But even if it wasn't good, I have a partner who is the most compassionate man in the world. And to me, it's not embarrassing to have an accident. What's embarrassing is to not show support for someone you love, someone you don't even know who has something that happens to them that's beyond their control.